So this is from MLB Network, and I wanted maybe a bold prediction from you as I give you the Texas Rangers bold prediction from MLB.com.
Okay, I might need your help if this is bold.
Well, you want me to give you MLB Network's first?
No, I don't want to be influenced.
All right.
My bold prediction, the Rangers will not have a starter reach double-digit wins.
That's very possible, especially in this year, that they're not going to extend innings. They're going to give guys like a time off through the rotation to try to keep their arms strong. I mean, now you look at guys that win 15 games, that's a huge amount, right? I mean, there's not really 20-game winners anymore. And how it's interesting when I was looking at Jacob deGrom and how awesome his career's been, how sometimes he'll just win like 11 or 13 games on below-average Mets teams. So we're talking about the best pitcher in the game the last 3 years in baseball, arguably.
Okay.
And he struggles to get over 10 wins.
Does Corey, does it need to go bolder? I have a backup bold prediction if that wasn't bold enough.
Yeah, give me a backup bold
Okay.
prediction.
Isaiah Kiner-Falefa reaches double-digit home runs.
I think that's possible. It seemed like last year it was a shortened season, but it seemed like he's learning how to pop the ball out of the ballpark. And what I mean by that is I think your prediction of 10, 11, 12 home runs, I think that's doable. Now, I wonder this. The Rangers were not happy with the way the new ballpark played in the 30 games they played last year. It is a little bit tougher. I shouldn't say a little bit. It's tougher to hit home runs at the new ballpark than the old ballpark. Yet, I went to 5 NLCS/World Series games. The teams playing in the NLCS and the teams playing in the World Series seem to hit home runs at that ballpark. Now, they weren't like moonshots at, carried forever, but it's not home run friendly, but it is not hard to hit a home run there. It's just not as easy as it used to be at the old ballpark.
My bold prediction, and this obviously has a lot to do with that, Mike, what you just said. And Kevin, before you went off with your, Kiner-Falefa is going to do this. My bold prediction was Jose Trevino hits 20 home runs this year.
Whoa.
He's never hit more than 2.
2?
Yeah. And he also, I think he had 83 plate appearances last year.
That is bold.
Or 83 plate appearances, something like that. So I'm going to say he's going to hit 20 home runs this year because he's going to get the free. I don't know. That's the other thing. I also don't know how much he's going to start. It feels like he's going to be the everyday catcher, but I know they kind of have a bit of a rotation going. But if he gets to be the everyday catcher, I think he hits 20 bombs. So I just put it on you, Jose. Good luck.
It's going to be interesting there is obviously that I think there's still a competition between him and Heim, and that was the major player you got in the Elvis Andrus trade, who is a catcher who I'm not sure right now today, and I don't think the Rangers really know. I think the first 2 months of the Major League Baseball season, they're going to let the catching situation kind of play out, see who's doing better. I know Trevino's a very good defensive catcher. I don't know much about Heim from the Athletics on how he is behind the plate. And then when it comes to Sam Huff, because the Rangers have said to everybody, stop putting Sam Huff at first base yet. Like, we are going to allow him to catch in the minor leagues this year to start the season off, and we'll throw him at first base a little bit so he gets accustomed to both positions, but they don't want to take Huff out of the catching position yet. So it'll just be interesting if Huff gets off to a good start. The minor league season doesn't start till May, but they'll be playing games. It's just that it won't be, what did he do in AAA? It'll be spring training games that they're playing in that situation. So the bold prediction from MLB.com is Isaiah Kiner-Falefa wins another Gold Glove, but this time at shortstop.
Whoa.
It says here he's a natural shortstop and played 142 games over 7 minor league seasons. It's funny because I used to do the games with Jared every once in a while for Frisco, and he was catching sometimes. Sometimes he was in the outfield. Sometimes he was at shortstop. Sometimes he was at second base. I mean, 142 games over 7 seasons is not a lot. Just to let you know, that's not a lot of games at shortstop in the minor leagues. It sounds like a lot, but over 7 seasons, that's not.
Okay, Bassick, let me ask you a question. And I really am curious what you think about this, because I understand all the offensive metrics that go into this. But
Yeah.
if you go into the offseason and you have a 26-year-old who just won a gold glove at third base and then moved to short and won a gold glove at short, does that change
utility infielder.
anything going into the bountiful shortstop market where Trevor Story, etc., have been rumored here?
Well, that's a great question, because I'll take it in another way. If you are part of the ownership group, and I don't know how much money they really want to spend in 2022, it's all kind of, we're going to, but we don't know until it's actually spent. We can't trust that it's going to be spent until it's literally spent. So if Isaiah kiner-falefa, let's just say this, I'll do this to make it more realistic. He finishes second or third. Let's just say third. Let's just be realistic. He finishes third in the American League in the Gold Glove Award. So you have, out of the 15 teams in the American League, they're saying you have the third best defensive shortstop in baseball. In the American League. Because the National League is just loaded with way better shortstops. Because Francisco Lindor left. You obviously have Corey Seager. You have Fernando Tatis Jr. You can keep going down the list of just the studs over in the National League. Would the ownership group go to John Daniels and Chris Young and say, so why do we want to spend $30 to $35 million a year at shortstop if we have the third best defensive shortstop in baseball?
They don't know that. They wouldn't know, Mike.
Oh, yes, they would, because they don't want to spend that money, Corey.
No,
I think normally they don't know, but then they're like, hold on, we could save all this money? Yeah, yes, no.
I think their question is more along the lines of, where is shortstop?
No.
But that being said, Mike, I agree with you on that. Why would you spend that money if you have one of those guys? I think the rebuttal there is butts in seats. Nobody's showing up to see IKF. But Trevor Story, no, Kevin, he's a fan favorite, and maybe we can get into the discussion of fan favorites this week sometime, because I really want to figure out who everybody's real fan favorite is. We had breaking news last week. That's why we never got to it.
Yeah.
Kevin. But everybody loves him, but you're not showing up for him, right? Like, you're showing up to see the big names, and that's why that's the selling model for them.